Hey, what's going on, everyone? Gillis TV back with you. I know I took some time off there. Work came up, busy, 60 plus some last days, only a few days off, but I got a couple months off, so we're going to get back to this YouTube grind. And hey, what can we say about those Edmonton Oilers? It's been a ride and a half with them. The ups and downs in these playoffs, a lot more ups than downs, but there was a time where we had to rely on Calvin Pickard, and he came through for the Edmonton Oilers. Now we're sitting one win away, do or die, heading back to Florida Monday night for the final game of the season. Hopefully the boys with this momentum can keep on going. A little bit about that. Last night, watch party ran into some of you. Thank you guys for coming up to me, and we took some pictures and whatnot. It was a great atmosphere. My first time at the watch party, like I said, do the work. It just couldn't happen, but it was a great time there for the time I was there. And, like I said, the Oilers are one win away. Who would have predicted this back in November when we were, 15, 13, and 1 or something like that? It was. Everyone was getting down on this team, including myself. There's a couple players I got down on, but they are coming clutch in the time we need, aka Connor Brown has been my number one target all year, but I can admit when I'm wrong, and I was wrong about Connor Brown. And you know what? This has been fun. Cinderella story run, you can say, being 3 games down to force a game 7. Florida's rattled. That works in Edmonton's favor. It's going to be loud in Florida. Hopefully a lot of Oilers fans can travel down there and watch the team potentially win its Stanley Cup and become the first team in Stanley Cup finals in the last 80 years, 80 plus years or so, to erase a 3-0 deficit and win the Stanley Cup. It's going to be one great time outside Rogers Place and in Rogers Place there on Monday night. I sadly won't be there, but hey, I'll be rooting from the couch with the kids, and let's see if the boys can bring home that Stanley Cup. It was a cup or bust season. At the start of the season, it looked like it was a bunch of busts, but this team turned it around. Key guys coming in, like I said, in these playoffs, and we are one win away, and it's hard to not get emotional about it because it's been so long, 18 years since we seen the Oilers in the Stanley Cup. I did get flashbacks, I'm not going to lie. Last night when I saw Barkov run into Skinner there on that McDavid penalty, I was like, oh, here we go again. This is what ended it in 06, and it's going to do it here. But luckily we got some luck on our side and Skinner got up from that. So, the boys are playing well. It's been a great playoffs. I know LA, we all knew we were going to run through LA again, and they're still trying to figure out how we could get past Edmonton for the 4th straight year now. But Vancouver, the boys showed up when dire need. That Game 6 against Dallas, offense wasn't there, but this team has really improved defensively. I think we all can agree that this team in general, from when McDavid was drafted to now, our defensive structure has changed a lot. They know what they're doing. And it's always said, defense wins championships. We've always had the offense. We just never had that defensive awareness, paralysis, that you could go out and play a 60-minute defensive game. You don't need to score 5, 6, 7 goals. And the Oilers are doing that here in the Stanley Cup playoffs. And you know what? Those first 3 games, wipe it off the board because we're down to the final game, Game 7, do or die for both teams. It's going to be a good game, but you can't not look at that record of Stuart Skinner in games 4 to 7. Now 10-0 in these playoffs. I think it was a 1.5 goals against in that area with a 940 save percentage and a shutout. And shout out to Stuart Skinner, had more points than Connor McDavid last night. But hey, he has more points than Austin Matthews does in the Stanley Cup final as well. So that was from Patrick this morning. I had breakfast with him and Tyson from Dolany TV. And we were kind of making fun, like Zach Hyman having more goals than the entire Toronto Maple Leafs roster did this playoff. So, you know what? It's an exciting time in Edmonton, and hopefully we get that parade in a week or so. after the boys try and take it home on Monday. But just a little bit about everything. I'm back. We're going to start this roller coaster of a ride. The Oilers, the Blue Jays, anything in the NHL. A lot of trades happening already. That Pierre-Luc Dubois for Darcy Kemper. Just another thing Edmonton made LA do to see if they can beat the Oilers. I don't think it's going to happen. But hey, that's next season. Let's focus up on Monday night. If you're going down to Rogers, let's let Florida hear us and do all that. Sorry, I'm out of breath. It's been a while since I've done one of these. So hopefully you guys are enjoying these playoffs, and let's go try and get that win Monday night. And like I said, if there's a parade, I will be there. And more than likely, Dolany TV will be there right beside me. So thank you so much for tuning in. I'm Gillis TV. Have a good one.